Goal setting has to be done with intention. We're not just going to identify a pie in the sky number. We're going to build a plan. Here's how we're going to do it. Okay, so if you've been in the business for any amount of time, we're going to start with a review of work. All right, so we're going to take stock of what we've done, what's worked, and what didn't. All right, and in order to do this, you do need a little bit of data. So depending on how long you've been in the business, I would love to see 12 months of data. And really what I would like to see is an entire calendar year, because seasonality can impact how your production goes, right? Like, we know that there are some times of the year where we're busier than others. And so ideally, in order to really make a clear kind of goal based off of past work, you're gonna have at least 12 months worth of data. And from this, you're gonna have all of the leads that you've ever generated during that time, all the deals that you closed, your conversion rates for those, and what activities led you to procure those opportunities. This is going to be a really great starting point, because I mean, even if you have like 90 days of data to look back to, number one, you might find some hidden opportunities, right? Like, in logging all of these people, all these different contacts, leads, appointments you had, you might find a contact that you were like, oh, I completely forgot about Joe Schmo. I should reach out to them, and maybe you'll be able to resurrect a deal. I don't know, that happens to me from time to time. But what it's really going to do is it's going to challenge some of your preconceived conceptions of your real estate business. A lot of times, while we think we've got a pretty good pulse on what's working in our business and what's not, there are some hidden little facts that we can find just by looking at the numbers. And so you really want to ask yourself what's working well and what's not. And this is not just about closings. For example, when we did this exercise a couple of years ago, we found that the bulk of our closings, right, like most of our closed units, were coming from a referral source that took 30% of our commission, and all of those deals were below $300,000. And that's a really, comparatively to the other units we were closing, that was a lower price point for us. So the point is, it was very costly to maintain, and it was not the highest price point, meaning it was the lowest return of investment for us across the board. You might see something like this and think, wow, already there's some opportunity where I can just very easily give myself a boost in revenue just by shifting my time and attention into better ROI lead sources. So once we have an idea of what's working and what's not, we have to get personal. I really want you to challenge whatever this goal of revenue you might have in your mind, okay? So if you are that agent who's thinking like, okay, I'm gonna do 100K this year, I'm gonna get to 6 figures, this is it for me, why? Like, my question for you is why? You have absolutely every right to go out and get that, and you can do it. But what do you want that to actually look like for you in your day-to-day lifestyle? This really comes down to identifying what success looks like for you in real estate. And you have to get really serious about answering these questions, because I know plenty of real estate agents who are absolutely crushing it, right? They're on like leaderboards at their brokerages, they're getting all these awards and accolades, and they are freaking miserable because they're working 80 hours a week, they don't see their families, and they feel like they are going to have a panic attack every time they take one step out of the business. That is not operating like a business. That's operating like an employee who has a really crappy boss who just happens to have their own name and face. So I want you to get really serious about identifying what your lifestyle needs to look like for you to feel successful, and the money a lot of times will follow. Here's a personal example for me. This year, we are at a great place in production, and I never really wanted to be that agent who was like #1 across the charts, absolutely crushing it, but I do have a lifestyle in mind that I like, and there's a lot of things that I do want to accomplish. And once we hit that level of production in real estate that was affording us that lifestyle, then we began asking ourselves, well, how can we maintain this level of production but not work as hard, or work with fewer clients, right? So there's a lot of different ways that you can still earn the revenue that you want to earn without working so hard. That's another reason why real estate is the best industry. So for me this year, it looks like, how can I reduce my hours? How can I have Friday afternoons off so I can hang out with my cute little toddler? How can I make sure that I can go on 1 or 2 week-long vacations with my family and not worry that my business is going to implode without me? Answer those questions so that you have absolute clarity on what exactly you're trying to build here. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this quick win series here on our YouTube channel. Of course, any resources or additional videos mentioned during this quick win are linked below in the caption, so check that out. And if you have not yet, be sure to hit subscribe to this channel and hit that bell notification icon to be notified every time we're dropping other quick wins just like this.